Hello, hello, good morning. This is Edgar from Cremona, okay? And here I'm as usual in front of my camera. I double checked yesterday the videos I made and I was impressed of how shaky everything is. Probably it's my age, you know. I look very young, but I'm actually older than I look like. So this is here now the Cremona Virtual Palm Expo, okay, which we are doing here. This is a small idea. I just thought, you know, the solution of all problems I have in my pocket is my smartphone. And today I don't have the small microphone and I just make it like this. Just now this transmission. The other ones then when I'm making more interview, I will make in a different way, okay? So I hope you can hear me. And we just go now into the workshop and I show you a little bit just from my workshop, okay? And then today we have something, wow, it's so nice now. You would say that the Cremona is always like this, the weather, but it's not true, you know. The day before this transmission, it was just like rainy every day for weeks, which was very good for my gardens. And yesterday I celebrated finally my first barbecuing, and I made a nice trial to put some fish on my grill, but you know. So here, this is now my workshop, and I just wanted to show you a few things here. For instance, here we have things which I have a little bit exposed. There's also some artwork of my nephew from Austria. He's an artist, Paul Riedmüller, and he painted these violin pieces very nice. And then we have some pencils which you can find in the online store. We have this magic microfiber cloth with my writing on, and I know you would just say, oh dang, he's wasting his time with microfiber cloth, but once you have tried it, then you will understand. Then we also make some chopping boards with violin-shaped chopping boards. This one, for instance, €9. It's just a fancy idea. When you have something like this in the kitchen, you know, you would just really show off. Then my perfume, which I created, you know, over the years I made a few things here. Then here we have also some keychain holders with some old packs, which are like €5, you know, and postcards, tons of postcards. When you come here, you will see them. And then here we have the string cleaning set. We have the sound adjustment kits, which in times like this, I wouldn't have expected to sell so many of those, because many people are at home, they cannot find a violin maker and they want to adjust the sound, probably, and it's getting better and better. Before this lockdown, I had problems to get the online shop rolling great, but now I have to say I'm pretty happy. Oh, I can hear already. There is also today we have Marco Mauro Moruzzi. He's a pretty young cello player, and very good one. At least I think he has a very nice cello. He's not playing on one of my cellos, and we are going to visit the maker of his cello today. And he also recorded with me a few cellos, and we are going to make it happen that you can listen to all the cellos. We have ready in my workshop because of him. So you can hear, I hope you can hear. He's still tuning, so that's fine. So I have some time here. Could someone of you, there are a few people listening, and I just want to see 6, 7 people. Could someone just write me if you hear me well, or if the audio is bad? If the audio is bad and you say thumbs down, then I put the other microphone from yesterday, okay? Just wondering. And so here, this is now my third. We hear you, thank you. Basia, thank you. Okay. So here, this is the corridor, and in the right here, it's pretty good. Okay. Today I'm trying to be as good, not so shaky as yesterday. It was really too shaky. I'm so sorry, but I didn't expect that it's so difficult to make it such a nice recording, okay? So we just here measure 36.5 is not bad, come on. Okay, so today we're going to visit at 10 o'clock my colleague, a colleague of mine. I worked with him for 10 years, and you would say, how come you never told me, you know? But you know, over the years, then everybody is growing and developing in a different area or direction. And it's Giorgio Grisales at 10 o'clock, which I think will be a very interesting appointment. And I'm looking forward to it, and I'm very happy that he agreed that we are doing this. And then immediately later on, even more happy, even here, André Schutz, he runs a big shop with lots of people, and we are going to visit him. He's just on the other side of my workshop. And then at 12 o'clock, somebody who also worked in my shop, Adriano Spadone. Yeah? Isn't it strange that all the makers who usually go to fairs know me? Let's think about it. Anyhow, let's go into the workshop over there, and I show you a little bit, a few things what I'm making. Yesterday I tried to make the purfling of the guarnieri of the Sainton guarnieri, in order that I can show off a little bit here today, but it was so difficult to work, you know. So today here I want to show you a little bit about my guarnieri here. Let me see if I can show you here something. It's not so easy because with one hand I have to keep the camera, and with the other one I have to open the book. Let's see if I can do it in a different way. I have here a tripod underneath, a Manfrotto. Only the Italian stuff is good here. Sorry that it's so... Okay, so here now I just take like this here the book, and I hope that you can see me. And then I just open the book here on the right page. We have already the post-its inside. And which one is this? This Dangi Segelmann, and this is the Sainton. And this I wanted to show you so then you understand, because otherwise you would say, how comes that Edgar is working so nasty? And that's something I wanted to show you. Yeah, so I take now this here out of the tripod, and then switch the camera, and then we have here my working bench, similar like yesterday I showed you already. And here I wanted just to show you a few details. This is now still very rough worked here, okay, but I like actually to make the outline before. And so now when you look at this one here with all these holes and things I'm making, then I get my inspiration here from the original, okay? So when I look very close here, then I see some holes and some parts. I don't know if you can see it with this, like this, but you can definitely see that the purfling doesn't really match very well. Here the corners somehow go together, so I made it quite okay. On the other side, on this side, for instance, I don't know if you can see this, you can see maybe that there is the purfling doesn't really match, and then I make my corner the same way, okay? Can you see that? And that's what I'm doing. So I'm measuring all the distances, and I'm trying to make all the same holes and all these things, consuming from the very beginning the corner. This one actually is too nice for what it should be in the original, but you know. And then at the very end it's turning out pretty cute. Like on the back, one of the very interesting things is that you can see that he just went out of the channel with his knife, and so then I just make the same thing, you know. Now it's a little bit lower since I still have to make the channel here next to it, but then I just make it the same way, and it's pretty fun, you know. And then all these holes here, I make the holes. And you would say it's easy to make like this, but putting the purfling is actually something very interesting, because at the moment you're cutting it, you always have the impression, oh my god, this one is not this nice how it's turning out. And then on the other side, once you glued it in, it's all turning great. Yeah? Too nice. And then I want to have it a little bit nasty like this one. This is the Saint on, which has also a very particular scroll. And you can see it looks so funny. And from the front, I like it. The F-holes, it's a little bit like a Winnie pig. A guinea pig is called, not Winnie pig, guinea pig, right? It looks like, oh, you know, I think it's very good. And it really sounds interesting and very, very close to this original when I make this model here. This is what I did yesterday in the afternoon, okay? Actually, I thought I was able to make more yesterday. This book here is from the consortium, and you can place the order on the online shop of the consortium, and then you can get the book shipped worldwide wherever you want. Cremona, 1730-1750, okay? The violin makers of Cremona. The consortium of violin maker has a lot of books made, and we're looking forward to sell them in order that even they get some nice things. And this here is the Testore, which I'm making for my customer in Hong Kong. Okay, this is the Testore, just signed the F-holes and cleaned a little bit. Similar thing here with the purfling. You see how this one doesn't match at all. Even at the end, the purfling is a little bit larger. And if you look at the original, you can see that it's very similar, right? Same thing, and that's what I love to do. And typical for the Testore is certainly that the back, the customer wants wood as close as possible to the original. So I was choosing a lot in all my wood, and I think that this one is very similar to this one. And I even have yesterday I talked already to the guy who knows the owner, and I'm going to make a nice thing with this violin here as well. You will see. Okay, but this is something which is going on later on, and I will show you. Okay, I don't want to stay too much here on this whole issue here. A physician in the United States, Tsaba. I only had time yesterday to write him, this morning to write him back, but I'm happy that he purchased this violin, and here Marco is working on the Linea Macchi Montagnana cello right now. Ciao Marco, come stai? Tutto a posto? Misurato la temperatura? Che cos'hai? 36.5, so we're all in great conditions here, okay? We're respecting the distances and all our... You always have to look down, you're right? And here we have my next pieces. There are some which ones behind, you can tell the first two in front is my next Montagnana model, okay? Here on top, I wanted to have ready this 7/8, which I made. It's a Ruggeri. And I'm actually looking forward to bring this to the customer, but it's right now they're still locked down and are in quarantine, so we cannot deliver this cello right now, but this is a Master 7/8 Ruggeri, and here this is the next Montagnana, which I'm going to make. Okay, so the viola is at a good point. I made the bass bar and I closed it. So I was pretty brave actually. I always have the impression that I'm not quick enough to make my things, but you know, things are proceeding here. And then here for the violins, here we had actually brave. One is for Germany, and we will make a smaller neck inside, which is also an interesting thing. So if you are adult and you have a small hand, you can actually get a custom-made instrument for you, and so you do not have to live a sad life with a small sound, but you can have a big body, a big full-size body with a short neck, and this is how you get the best out of it and without having a cramp in your fingers. I hope you appreciate today that my recording isn't that shaky like yesterday. I was a little bit shocked about my shaky recording, but probably it's one day I will have a gimbal, okay? This here is just how we prepare the bass bar, okay? About the bass bar there would be so much to say, and I'm probably have to make a more detailed video about it. This here is an inox, this ring, and this one is an aluminum. But it's important that the top is totally stable, and then we fit the bass bar. And the position the bass bar is actually the most important part, okay? And that's why we have all this designing and drawing. So if you see an instrument of my workshop and you have all these drawings inside, this is because for me this is a crucial part in order that things are perfect. Then we glue in the bass bar, and then with these positioning blocks we take them away. Tick, 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 they go away, and then we make the shape and everything, yeah? I would say Marco Mauro is playing so nice, so now I go over there and I show you what he's doing and what we can see and learn from him. I just put on my Manfrotto here like this, so it's shaking now a little bit, and then we listen a little bit to this here, and I hope that the internet is working as well. This is very nice that you showed up. Oops, internet is a little bit weak. Huh? Today we're even going to visit the maker who made the cello he is actually playing on, and it's Giorgio Grisales. At 10 o'clock I go and visit Giorgio's workshop. I don't have internet here, damn. Let's hope it's coming back. Speriamo che torna. Ma è possibile. I hope it is coming back. Yeah. So this is here now a Linea Macchi cello. I hope this is recording. Okay. Let's see if I can put this down a little bit. Io direi suona un pochettino, and we hope that this will be transmitted. Maybe we also show a different one, or you want to make a small piece or something, or I don't know.
No, we can also see the other instruments,
Yes,
because they're pretty different between each other.
So let's try Marco Dotti. You have to tell me, is this good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a little bit more slowly, like this. Yeah. Like this here. So this is a Macchi, this is Marco. This is something which right now is about 25,000, yes, something like this. Okay.
This is the cello is softer in its quality of sound, but this is more equal on each string. So it's
Different taste.
yes, especially when you play in different string, because you can feel every string on this instrument. So when you play, there are different weights, but the instrument help the player to.
So the instrument reacts more on what you are doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a good sound also.
Maybe now this is certainly a completely different world, but let's just get them also to hear a scala perfetta, and then we. Which one? This one? Okay. Otherwise we are tuning here in front of the camera, but we have actually more than one here from these ones. We get these ones from in the white from Germany. And then we retouch them, we adjust certain things, but more or less over the years, over 20 years that I'm doing this kind of instruments, for somebody who does not know how an instrument is born and the difference of quality of these three, there is just, it's all about time which people dedicate, and so you cannot take like something like this and then you just, then it's becoming a Marco Pedotti. No, it's completely, from the moment you choose the model, the wood, it's completely different born. Yeah, it's like a bicycle and a Ferrari. The difference is more or less for me. Okay, but still, I'm very proud of how these instruments sound. And most people, cello players, when they come and say, "Oh my God, when I was a kid and I was playing, and if I would have had something like this, you know." So it's very reasonable price, and you have already a very high quality, which is good to play, but it's certainly a different sound, yeah, completely different. This one here, Marco Dotti, I think it's oil varnish, antiqued. It's something with the certificate of the consortium. All the master instruments have consortium marchio certificate, which I think is an additional value for the customer. So it's not that I make a certificate like on a Scala Perfetta or a Linea Macchi, but here behind this instrument, the master instruments, behind every master instrument, there is a master, there is a person. You can locate that instrument to that person. This makes the difference of the value. Okay, Scala Perfetta. Here immediately it's
hear between these two instruments is that the quality of the sound is different. This also for me, for my ears were there, it has a more open sound and maybe also more sound, but I don't think if in a concert hall or in a place where there is the audience, which would be the result for who listen from.
So for somebody who is not already grown up cellist, this seems to be better, but it's probably sounding very strong next where you play, but in a big hall, a great instrument actually at the ear isn't that loud, but when you play in a big hall, the more you go away, the bigger it becomes. It's something like this is probably a little bit more on one of my cellos, but I sold it to in January, my master cello, which you played the last time, I think.
Yeah, what Edgar told is, I think, the main difference between a very good instrument and a lower category. That of about the sound.
Yeah, I don't know. You want to play something else, or otherwise I think we're good to go here, huh?
Come vuoi feci?
No, vieni così io mi devo organizzare per poi andare a utilizzare così. Ok? Comunque, ragazzi. Thank you very much. Thank you to Mauro Moruzzi. I leave his contact in case you need a cello player here in Italy or in Cremona area. And you would say it's easier to find musicians here in Cremona, but it's a lot of makers, but very few musicians, and few musicians who are willing to come here to join us. Okay, so we see you in half an hour, 10 o'clock in Via Sicardo with Giorgio Grisales. Okay, it's the next appointment. See you soon. Thank you. Bye bye. So.